My mom made us wait in the car on Thanksgiving for my sister's kids, so we drove home. We pulled into my mom's driveway at 2:03 p.m. for Thanksgiving, right on time like she demanded. My kids were bouncing in the back seat, excited to see Grandma and their cousins. We'd driven 3 hours, and the car was full of food we'd made and little gifts the kids picked out. Mom opened the door just a crack, and her face looked tight, like she'd been caught doing something. She didn't hug us. She didn't even say my kids' names. She said, "Oh no, you can't come in right now." I blinked. What? She glanced back into the house and whispered, "Amber's kids are sleeping. We don't want your children disturbing them." My daughter's smile dropped. My son froze with his little backpack still on. I said, "Mom, it's Thanksgiving. We drove 3 hours." Mom kept her hand on the door. "I know, honey, but they had a rough night. Amber really needs them to sleep. Please." Then my sister Amber popped up behind her and waved like this was normal. Her hair was curled, makeup perfect, and she looked ready for pictures. "Hey sis," she said, cheerful. "Don't take it seriously. My kids need their routine. Maybe come back in 2 hours?" I looked past them into the house. The table was set. The TV was on. Amber's husband was on the couch in sweatpants, not moving at all. The whole place felt warm and normal, except we were stuck outside. My daughter tugged my sleeve and whispered, "Mom, I have to pee." I looked at Mom. "Just let her run in. 30 seconds. Mom shook her head fast. "Not right now." I looked at Amber. "Can she use the bathroom quick? We'll be quiet." Amber shrugged without looking at her. "There's a gas station like 10 minutes away." My 5-year-old started crying. "I want to see Grandma." He reached for Mom's hand like he always did, and Mom stepped back. Greg leaned in close to me and said, "Are they really doing this?" Mom looked uncomfortable, but she still didn't move. She said, "I'm sorry, but Amber's right. We have to keep the peace." I stared at my mom and waited for her to act like a mom. She didn't. I said, quiet and flat, "Okay, we'll go." Amber called after us, "Come back around 4, maybe 4:30. I buckled the kids back in while they cried. Greg started the car without asking. We backed out and drove away. 10 minutes later, we had to stop at a gas station for the bathroom, and my daughter kept asking why she wasn't allowed to use Grandma's. Back on the highway, the questions kept coming. Did we do something wrong? Why doesn't Grandma want us? I kept swallowing because every honest answer felt like it would crush them. Greg finally said low, "We're not going back." When we got home, the kids were still sniffling. I got them fed, got pajamas on them, and tucked them in early. My daughter asked, "Can we see Grandma another day?" I kissed her forehead and said, "Go to sleep, okay?" Because I couldn't trust my voice. At 11:17 p.m., after the house went quiet, I opened my laptop and wrote 2 emails, one to Mom and one to Amber. The subject line was, "Family Expectations." I didn't curse. I didn't scream. I listed facts. Christmas mornings where Amber's kids opened presents first while mine waited. Parties where we were told to come late or leave early so Amber's kids wouldn't get overwhelmed. Family dinners where my kids were shushed because the other kids were tired. Family photos where we were pushed aside or someone forgot to call us outside. I ended with one clear line: "Don't contact me unless you're ready to apologize to my children, to their faces." I hit send. 2 minutes later, my phone started buzzing. Amber texted, "Are you serious right now? You're acting insane." Mom texted, "This is very hurtful. We were just trying to keep the peace." My aunt texted, "Your mother is crying. What did you say to her?" I didn't argue back one by one. I took screenshots and dropped them in the family group chat. Every excuse, every dismissal, every "you're too sensitive." People started reacting right away with angry emojis and "call your mom" messages. Then I wrote, "This is why we won't be attending family events anymore." I left the group. By morning, there were more texts and voicemails. I ignored most of them. Then Mom left one that made my stomach drop. Her voice was sharp, like I was the problem. She said, "You're being incredibly dramatic. We just needed some space. Amber's children are more delicate than yours. You should understand that." I saved that voicemail, stared at the screen for a long second, and blocked her number. Now my family is saying I overreacted by leaving. Was I wrong?